There was a very significant sign of like a body inside of the tent. So essentially, I think I came across potentially a body inside of a tent today. Right, so I got a weird one. Look where I am. I'm in the middle of nowhere. There's a big old fog. I'm in a field. I'm on my own. Isn't it possibly the weirdest, creepiest place to find a push bike, essentially in the middle of nowhere. Does that not look like a head with a torso and a leg and another leg wrapped up inside a tent which is blown over in the wind? Does that not look weird to you? Tell me that's not a head, arm, like shoulder, arm, leg and a leg. Mush, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in a push bike there. I'm not gonna lie, out of any time I've been out anywhere and I explore, man, is this not my first dead body? I don't think I want to open the tent. Like, I've tapped on that, I tapped my detector on that, and it's solid. Like what you'd expect if you'd found a skull wrapped up in tarpaulin, aka a tent. I just think that looks way too much like a body in a tent and a push bike in the middle of fucking butt nowhere. I just think it's weird. Really fucking weird. I think I've come across my first dead body. I tried ringing one of...
Police or ambulance?
Police.
Police, thank you. Hi, police emergency.
Hi mate, basically I tried ringing 101 but I've been on hold for about 20 minutes. I was out on the dog walk today and I came across a push bike and a tent, and the tent had blown over, and there was a very significant sign of like a body inside of the tent. So essentially, I think I came across potentially a body inside of a tent today. There was a push bike leant up against the fence. I was kind of in the middle of a field, in the middle of nowhere, and yeah, so it was kind of a tent blown over. I mean, I rang 101 and I was on hold for about 20 minutes. So I hung up and I thought I'd ring this number instead.
No, that's fine. Okay, so you said that the tent had actually blown over.
So essentially, it's a tent flat to the floor, but there's a very significant sign of essentially a body inside of the tent. And there's a push bike up against the fence. So it kind of looks like kind of a homeless person as such. I was in a like quite a remote area, and yeah, it just looks a bit sus to me. So I thought I did ring 101 because it's not essentially an emergency, because I mean if they're dead, they're dead, and if there's somebody inside of the tent, they're inside the tent. But so I thought I rang 101. I was on the phone for about 20 minutes with no one answering, so I thought I'd end the call and ring this number.
Yeah, that's fine. No problem. Was the sort of the tent unzipped? Could you see anything?
No, so basically the tent was completely like kind of flat to the floor. But I do have like a video as such as evidence to kind of show that there is a very human-like kind of so the tent was flat to the floor. There's a very like human kind of shape to the bulge in the tent as such.
Whereabouts is this?
So it's down a place called Talbot Drive in Wallisdown, which is in Bournemouth. So just before you get up to the main Wallisdown roundabout in Bournemouth, there's a place called Talbot Drive. You go down beside the primary school, I think it is. You go down a bit of a quite steep hill into the woods, and there's one field you have to walk through, and you enter a second field, and I was on a dog walk and I found a tent and a push bike leant up against the fence, and the surroundings of the tent is flat to the floor. But there was a very kind of human-like shaped bulge in the tent.
Okay, no problem. What time was it roughly?
I was out there about half 3 today. So 3:30 p.m. today.
Oh yeah, I can see the woodland where you're talking about.
So there's a small patch of woodland, and then there's one small field, and you go out into a second kind of grass field, and yeah, there's a tent and a push bike leant up against a red push bike led up against the fence, and a very human-like shape kind of in the tent.
No problem. Can you tell the colour of the tent or anything like that?
Hang on, mate. Give me 1 second, because I did.
That's alright.
I know I probably shouldn't have done, but I did take a photo, but just because I was quite taken aback by it. It's a blue tent.
Brilliant, thank you. No problem. Do you mind if I just grab your name just for my call log?
Yeah, of course. Aaron Willett.
Brilliant. That's lovely. We will get somebody to go over there and check on it. Thank you very much for letting us know.
Yeah, so basically when you come down the side of when you go down Talbot Drive, there's a primary school, I think, or secondary school on your left. You come down Talbot Drive, it's a dead end road. There's a footpath, you go down a very steep footpath, you enter a bit of woodland, you keep going straight ahead through the woodland, over a bit of barbed wire fence. You've got a small grass field. You go into the second grass field, which is a lot bigger. And the tent is a blue tent on your right hand side. You have to cross over like a 5-bar silver kind of gate. It's a blue tent, and it's kind of flattened, but the shape of the tent on the ground is, I mean, in my eyes, it's fairly body shaped. And there's a red push bike up against the fence about 30 feet from there. And it just looks, I don't know, it might be nothing, mate, but I'm not going to lie, it does look a bit off to me. So that's why I rang up.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Yeah, is that all right?
That's perfect. Thanks for your call.
All right, cool, mate. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Take care.
Thank you, mate. Bye.